Here we go. The live should be starting. Welcome, welcome to our summer summit. Here we go. The live should be starting. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Let me go grab that link and we'll get underway. Welcome everyone to our fabulous summer summit. We're very excited to have you here with us today. My name is Shar, and I am going to be one of your co-MCs for this event. Could not be more excited to share with you our fabulous speaker community today. They have worked diligently and very, very hard over this last year or so on their hot tops, as we like to call them. Very excited. Let's give everyone a round of applause as we get ready to showcase this incredible community of speakers to you. We call them the Soulfully inspired speakers here inside our speaker community. And this community was absolutely inspired by the absolute fabulous, we call her Hot Talk Holly, whom we love very, very much. And she taught us so many different skill sets, thought processes, structures to help each and every speaker you're going to hear throughout this summit deliver their incredible high-value content to people just like you. You that are looking for all of the helps and outlines, blueprints, coaching, services, products out there to help you be your very best. And while we are all very sad that Holly is no longer here with us, we could not be in a bigger state of gratitude than today to just showcase and honor her and all that she's poured in to each and every one of us during this summer summit that she and I planned many, 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 many months ago. And we're looking very forward to just showcasing what goes on inside our community here. And we look forward to all of your interaction here in Shine On Stage. So if you are with us in Shine On Stage, make sure you're interacting down in the comments here in the Facebook group as well, because guess what? The speakers are going to come in there and engage with you. And if you stay till the end, there might just be some treats for you. All right, friends. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my co-MC, and she's going to kick us off with our first speaker of the day today. Erica Hansen, take it away.
Woohoo! Thank you, Shar. Thank you, everyone. Welcome. I echo everything that Shar said, and I have the privilege and honor of introducing our first speaker. You might want to sit down because you're gonna get inspired big time. Lenora Edwards. Lenora introduces the SHIFT, that's SHIFT, all caps, protocol, a powerful 5-step method to transform negative self-talk into supportive inner dialogue. Drawing from her personal experience overcoming an eating disorder and her professional expertise as a coach, Lenora demonstrates how changing our inner voices can dramatically improve our lives. She invites you to stay until the end for a surprise gift that will help you continue on your journey towards mastering supportive self-talk. self-talk. Lenora, the stage is yours.
Hello, you amazing people. Thank you so much. My question for you is, have you ever felt like your own thoughts are holding you back? Like there's a constant stream of negativity telling you that you're not good enough or that you're not smart enough or worthy enough. If you've ever felt like that, drop a 1 in the chat if you can relate. And if you're watching this on the replay, hit hashtag replay and still drop that 1. Now, what if there was a way? Thank you, ladies. I see you, Susan, Lorna, Cindy, spectacular. Now, what if there was a way to shift that negative self-talk anywhere, anytime, day or night? Is there any reason you wouldn't want to know about it? And if you could learn how to shift your inner dialogue in just 5 simple steps, is there any reason you wouldn't want to master it? No. This talk is for you if, number 1, you are tired of feeling weighed down by negative thoughts, and number 2, if you are finally ready to take control of your inner dialogue and to start treating yourself with more support and kindness. That being said, this talk is most definitely not for you if, number 1, you are content with your current thought patterns, or number 2, if you're looking for a quick fix without any self-effort or ownership. Now, if the scope of what I have to share with you today is a 33-chapter-long book, time for about the first 3 pages. But do not worry, because I promise to make every moment of our time together count. And I'm going to share with you a protocol that I've created, not only from the lessons along my journey, but it's also the same protocol that I teach my clients and my students every day all over the world. I'm also going to be sharing with you not only an amazing protocol, but the 3 massive ahas that I had that helped me stop the negative thoughts in my head. And like the lovely Erica mentioned, I invite you to stay to the very end, because I'm also going to be offering you an amazing way to up-level that supportive self-talk once our time here today is done. Now, can you imagine how it would feel to be able to easily shift those internal conversations from criticizing to compassionate and from critical to kind right at your fingertips? Now, if you're still with me and this sounds like something you absolutely want to be a part of, drop a 3 in the chat, because that means you are ready to shift your negative self-talk. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Jessica. I love the 3. Erica, beautiful. Now, a few years ago, I found myself sitting in the dentist chair. That day, my heart was pounding out my chest as I started once again the very lengthy and pricey process of getting a false tooth. As I waited for the dentist, I vividly remember focusing all of my attention on breathing in that cold, sterile air, letting it fill my lungs as I did my absolute best to steady my breathing so that I did not sob hysterically in that office. "You okay, Lenora?" my dentist said as he entered the room. "Yep, I'm fine, just not looking forward to that Novocaine length needle the size of my arm coming, at my face. Otherwise, I'm good." I lied to him. I lied to the man for years, telling him that my cavities and all of my dental issues were related to being blessed with genetically bad teeth. Truth is, I knew why I was there. The very painful and heartbreaking reality was that I was there because of my eating disorder. A struggle that sadly many might find relatable, whether through personal experience or someone you know. Now, for me, I spent periods of time not eating at all, only to find myself binging on a variety of sweets later, which I would then chew and spit out. I kept this a secret from my family, my friends, my colleagues for more than 2 decades, along with relentless anxiety and an inner dialogue that had become so vicious, I could barely tolerate being inside my own head. And that day, as I sat in the dentist chair, the voices in my head were louder than the dentist drill. One voice was screaming at me, telling me how stupid I was, how pathetic I was, and what a failure I was. And the other voice was doing wild amounts of math, reminding me of the countless hours and thousands of dollars I had invested into self-help material, desperately trying to help myself. Yet for all that time, all that money, all that effort invested, I was still stuck. And things were getting worse because now I was losing my teeth. And as I sat in the dentist chair that day, I realized my biggest mistake. It was listening to that inner critic and allowing it to be in charge. My first lesson was realizing that my inner critic was just a voice, and I could choose not to listen to it. That day, I finally decided to reach out to professionals for help. Now, has anyone ever had an experience where they learned something new and it caused this massive aha or something really big shifted within them? Maybe it was something they read, maybe it was something they heard from somebody else. Has anyone ever had that experience? Drop a 2 in the chat if you've ever had that experience. I see, Cindy. Good. I'm glad I'm not alone here. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Lorna. That was my experience working with the professional that I had found. They shared with me my second massive aha and insight. And it was that those harsh, criticizing thoughts and voices that were making me feel so bad were actually trying to help me. This was mind-blowing to me. Our internal dialogue, the thoughts that we think, the voices that we hear, they're not our enemies. They're our messengers trying to tell us something important about our needs and our experiences. My third lesson was understanding that when we can allow ourselves to notice our thoughts and the voices in our head, we have the power to choose what we think and how we respond. Now, what I'm going to share with you is the exact protocol I have carefully refined over the years, not only for myself, but also my clients. This protocol, which I affectionately refer to as the shift protocol, will allow you to take back control over your thoughts in a simple and powerful way. Now, awareness is the foundation of change. So when we can become aware of the negative self-talk, we can gain the power to choose a different response. That's the first step to the shift protocol. And that's why it's so important. Now, the shift protocol is a 5-step process right here beautifully on your hand. And it puts you in control of your inner dialogue by spotting, hearing, investigating, framing, and trading your negative thoughts. You can systematically shift your self-talk from critical to compassionate. So let's dive into each step and see how it works. Using this example, I want you to notice catching yourself thinking, let's use, I'm not smart enough. I'm not smart enough to take on this project. We'll go with that one. I'm not smart enough to take on this project. S. S is for spot. Spot the thought. Become aware of the negative self-talk holding you back. H. H is for hear. Hear it objectively. Take a moment to notice whose voice is saying it. Is it yours? Or does the voice belong to someone else's? I. Number 3. I is for investigate. Investigate its impact. Consider whether this thought is helping you grow or holding you back. And here's a great question to ask yourself. Whose permission do I need to let go of this thought? F. F is for frame. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have that contradicts this negative thought? Reflect on it. Notice times where you were successful and you successfully tackled the challenges that you were up against. T. T is for trade. Number 5. It's for more supportive thought. T is for to trade in that thought, trade it in for a more supportive thought, such as I'm choosing to recognize that I have the ability to learn and grow with each new challenge. Now, by following this 5 simple step process, you put yourself back in the driver's seat, taking control of your thoughts and choosing them at will. This protocol empowers you to master the art of supportive self-talk. Now, don't just take my word for this. Start applying it today. S, spot those negative thoughts. H, hear them objectively. I, intentionally investigate their impact. F, frame it. Frame them in a way that supports your growth. And T, trade them for more supportive thoughts. And as you practice, notice how your inner dialogue shifts. Your confidence grows and your entire world expands. Now, if you're ready to shift your self-talk into an even higher gear, the next step is to download The Power of Words. This is a free ebook available completely for you on my website, eatlovehealnow.com. It's packed with extra tools to amplify your inner supporter and silence the inner critic. And before you go, give yourself permission to shift one negative thought today. You have the power to rewrite your inner narrative, and you deserve nothing less. Remember, when you transform your words, you transform your reality. Thank you so much for spending time with me here today. My name is Lenora Edwards. Stay well.
Excellent, Lenora. Let's give Lenora a huge round of applause. And the crowd goes wild. As you can see, she came dressed to impress with her summer hot pink on, ready to rock and roll, and did exactly that. So if you're watching the replay or you're with us live inside part of our Shine On Stage group, look down in the comments. She will be posting that link to download her free gift of her ebook, and we will be ready to see how you shift your thoughts one at a time. I hope you'll come back and tell us all about it inside Shine On Stage as well. Again, give it up for Lenora Edwards. Congratulations. Well done. Woo! All right, we are off and running. As you can see, we have some hot talkers going on over here. And I have the privilege to introduce the next hot talker, someone who I've known for quite some time. She was your MC a minute ago, introducing Lenora, none other than the beautiful and excellent Erica Hansen. Now, she's quite accomplished, so I've got my little handy dandy notes over here. I want to make sure to honor her correctly. She is a very accomplished performance coach, personal coach, facilitator, yes, author and host of the podcast Defining You. There's some great episodes there. Definitely listen to that. Her business, Life Integrated Coaching, leads with a transformational approach centered on curiosity. In addition to coaching and delivering her signature Journey of Curiosity course, her work also includes designing impactful workshops, webinars on emotional intelligence, inclusion and belonging, and well-being to avoid burnout for businesses and business owners, employees, etc. She is a professionally certified coach through International Coaching Federation and is certified in emergenetics and emotional intelligence, and is the creator of the transformational curiosity framework called SOS. Please give it up for Erica Hansen as she shares with us today how to thrive through uncertainty.
It was telling me to unmute.
There we go.
Thank you, Shar. Yeah, thrive through uncertainty. First off, what does uncertainty mean to you? I'm going to ask everybody to jump in right away and put in the chat what exactly uncertainty means to you, because it can mean something different to everyone. And I'm going to pop on my glasses so I can see the chat. Let's see what we have. Doubt, fear, not knowing, unable to predict what's next, something I have not experienced yet or don't have the tools for. Yeah, keep them coming. We can learn from each other on this. It might be, you'll notice, more of like a definition. It might be a feeling. You may also not know, especially if I put you on the spot and ask you what uncertainty is. So why did I choose uncertainty and not change? There's so much out there on change. Change management, change classes, change frameworks, change webinars, etc. What I learned through coaching people through the pandemic and after, and my own experiences, is that change is a moment. You are one thing before and then one thing after. That's change. Uncertainty is a state. It's the time leading up to a change, the anticipation, the dread, the fear, the excitement. And it's the time after the change, especially unexpected change, like a cancer diagnosis or getting laid off from your job. They go together, change and uncertainty. However, the state of uncertainty is what impacts us the most. So at the most basic level, uncertainty is when we are in situations that are unpredictable. Our brains want security, and when it can't guarantee our safety, because it's still wired to survive from way back, it reacts to reduce the amount of uncertainty. It does that through worrying. It does that through increasing stress. Some of you might make lists. Some of you plan for any possible scenario, so much so it can keep you up at night. These are coping mechanisms. What are some coping mechanisms that you know that you use when you're dealing with uncertainty? Go ahead, share again in the chat. Best learning is from each other. Meditation, lists, prayer. Thank you so much for participating in the chat. Yeah, all of these are coping mechanisms, and they're all so natural. And think about the pandemic. I suspect, I have not seen the research, but I do suspect that the pandemic was the longest state of uncertainty the world experienced. And coping mechanisms, I do know this as a coach, they only worked to a point. It was like a roller coaster that never ended and sometimes froze when you were either upside down or if you were right at the top, you know, that moment just before the drop down into another twist or a curve. I could spend this whole time talking about what I learned through coaching during and after the pandemic. But the reality is that uncertainty continues for all of us. And like a roller coaster, it continues to ebb and flow. Every one of us is here today because we have lived through uncertainty. It's called being human. Many may feel like you're surviving through uncertainty, and I won't ask you to share if that's you right now, but I am confident that at some point we all feel that surviving instead of being able to thrive. So you're going to leave today with a quick start guide to thrive in uncertainty. It's built upon a framework I developed over the course of a whole year after I took the biggest leap of my life into the deepest end of a pool of uncertainty. For short, the framework is called SOS. It stands for Suspend, Open, and Seek. I'm going to say that again. SOS, Suspend, Open, and Seek. In full, it's transformational curiosity, a suspension of your experiences and beliefs to be open and seek the unknown. Suspend, open, and seek. SOS. Applying the full scope of SOS results in changing your life. It changed mine, and I've seen it change others. It opens you up to a new level of living and embracing who you really are, and then creating a life that embraces that. Before 2023, that was the only way I thought of applying it. That's why I created it. And then 2023 happened. And for me, there was a lot of major change. We're talking big, huge moments. Like you losing my job and 2 months later being diagnosed with breast cancer, huge. The level of uncertainty was overwhelming. And I started applying SOS more directly and not just as a way of living. Those extra boosts allowed me to thrive, not just survive, through the entirety of 2023. And let me tell you, 2023 was one solid roller coaster. First, the layoff was a massive layoff. And I had already made it through 2 rounds, so I knew I was slated for the 3rd. I just didn't know when it was going to happen. So the level of uncertainty was sky high before the change. And it was like I was in one of those stop moments on the roller coaster where you're hanging upside down and you don't know when you will get out of it. Every time I would panic, I would remind myself, SOS, suspend, open, and seek. This is how it works. Suspend. I acknowledge the state that I am in. I am concerned. I am concerned about finances, job security, what to do next, when it's going to happen. Let me continue. After acknowledging, I take them and I put them aside on a shelf. And I take a deep breath. And then I turn to open. Open is a blank canvas. When I lose my job, I can really do anything I want. So let's dream. I came up with my coaching business. I can finally focus on that full time. The business is now in a different place. I have my course, Journey of Curiosity, that I want to launch. So here's my opportunity. And all of a sudden I get excited and I get filled with joy. And then I jump to seek. Let's take some action and seek out all the ways that I can support my newly painted canvas coming to life. SOS brought me from panic to joy. There's an emotional transition that I didn't think could actually occur. That boost of SOS worked whenever I needed to apply it. And when I was laid off in mid-May of 2023, I was set up and ready to go with my business. And then 2 months later, I was diagnosed with breast cancer from an annual mammogram. Okay, let's try SOS with this one. I have breast cancer. SOS, suspend, open, and seek. Suspend what cancer means to me. Well, cancer means eventual death. My father passed away of colon cancer. Cancer means chemo. So bye-bye hair. Okay, I acknowledge that. I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it on a shelf. And I'm going to turn to open. Blank canvas. What colors can I put on my blank canvas? Wow. Imagine how many more people I'll be able to help after I go through this. The level of empathy I will gain, the level of coaching I will be able to provide. All right, got my canvas, then seek. What might I go through? So I researched and I discovered what breast cancer meant and all of the various possible treatments. In my cancer journey, SOS was used a lot at every step. There were so many things I didn't know about breast cancer, and being able to pause and suspend my preconceived notions and be open to learning and seeking out others' journeys and more information was incredibly helpful. And when I look back after finishing the active treatment of surgery and radiation, notice I did not need chemo. I realized that I didn't just survive, I thrived. In fact, more than a few times, both my best friend and my mother separately told me how impressed they were by how I've handled everything. They each said that they had seen me grow stronger and more confident with who I am, with each decision I had to make, with each appointment, with each procedure. They said I carried myself more authentically than they had ever seen. And I do credit SOS. Please don't misunderstand SOS though. I rode that roller coaster and I felt all the emotions it brought. Feeling emotions is healthy. Staying too long in emotions is not. And going through SOS, even through all the emotions, the anger, the grief, the fear, the frustration, the just pure overwhelming nature of it all, I felt it. But SOS provided me the tool to pause and suspend whatever I was feeling and thinking, and then to be open to everything I still have to experience and live for, and then constantly seeking out new ways to look at it, seeking out the opportunities. So when I'm on my roller coaster and it gets stuck, that's my cue to pause. I take a deep breath, say to myself, SOS, suspend, open, seek. And then I walk through the steps until I'm able to continue moving forward. I could have very easily and understandably allowed my depression and anxiety to take over between losing my job and then getting breast cancer. And SOS is why I am standing here in front of you instead of crumbling and living in darkness, curled up back in the cave that I fought so hard to get out of. I may not have mentioned I have depression and anxiety. But SOS is how I thrive instead of just surviving. SOS is how I lift all limits and instead am constantly creating on a brand new canvas. So when your roller coaster gets stuck and you feel like you may free fall, I invite you to pause and take a deep breath in and say to yourself, SOS, suspend, open, seek. Say to yourself, suspend my current thinking because it's based on my past and I have control to write my future. Acknowledge those experiences and beliefs because that's a healthy way, but then put them on a shelf to the side. And then when you turn, you're an open. Imagine a blank canvas with no limits. There are colors to paint and write with that you get to invent. And then you seek out the unknown, the different. You create your future. It doesn't have to be your past or even your present. SOS takes practice. SOS takes patience. But it is so worth it. Download the Quick Start Guide to Thrive in Uncertainty through SOS. In this guide are ways to connect with me and to learn more how SOS can show you how to thrive beyond uncertainty and in life. I'm Erica Hansen, creator of Transformational Curiosity and the SOS Framework, inviting you to join me in living curiously and thriving. Thank you.
All right, co-MC, give it up for Erica Hansen. Well done. Applause, shouts, screams, snaps, dance. Excellent work. See, audience, you just thought I was kidding when I said we were hot talking over here. I'm not joking at all. We have some incredibly talented, very professional, experienced speakers in our community. I'm sure now you're getting the drift as why we're so excited to bring each of them to you throughout our summit. Make sure to go in the comments and find Erica's link to download that quick start guide and be a little curious with it, check it out, check her out, connect with her, and of course, all of our other speakers as well. Wow. Oh, look at, she's even holding it up for us. Check it out. Awesome. Whew. All right. Take a deep breath, grab a drink of water, and we are going to continue on. We're almost bringing to a close our day one of the summit. Don't leave yet, though. We've got a little bit more.
Do we have more? Hello, we have Miss Char McCready. Yay! I just can't say enough about Char, but you will also understand that once you hear her speak. This overcomer's story takes you on the ride of your life with a lifetime of lessons. Warrior, fighter, veteran, thriving survivor, champion, speaker, leader, multi-time best-selling author, and mobile entrepreneur. As the lead warrior woman, Char helps lady entrepreneurs create greater freedom and success by connecting with their inner warrior using her 3-step transformational system. Using her diverse background blended with her real-life warrior experience and healing journey, she's amazing. She offers practical steps to help others live a courageous life in bold humility mixed with humor and tons of fun too. Currently, she is the owner of Fly Far with Char and founder of Warrior Woman Worldwide. She is a tsunami wave of positivity, and her goal is to live full-time on the beaches of the world. While she holds many educational degrees, she's all about ensuring women get their PhD in life with an MBA. In this case, that is a massive bank account, while empowering their inner warrior to look and feel their best so they can dream, design, and live their ultimate life every day of their life. The warrior mindset and power tools aren't just for soldiers, they are for all. After all, Wonder Woman is not a fictional character. Please join me in giving Char a round of applause as she presents Freedom and Community. There's power in these tools. Char, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Erica. And thank you to our live audience today. I love when we have a live studio audience. Yes, Wonder Woman is not a fictional character. I invite you to consider that you are her. I am she. We are all our own superhero. It doesn't require a uniform of a special kind or a certain kind of weapon. It just requires the power tools of life, that you plug them in, charge them up, and be willing to take the ride. So I'm going to invite you right now to buckle on up, and we are going to go for a ride. Yes, I love to have fun, because after all, if we're not having fun, I don't think we're doing it right. Our adventure should be just that each and every day. And my adventure, like many of yours, started many, many years ago. We all have this toolbox with many tools in them. And what I found is most of us don't know how to use them. We don't use them well, or sometimes we just forget that they're there. Oh my goodness. We have to learn how to use the right ones at the right time. And that is really, truly where freedom in life, business, and every experience comes. That freedom, though, is not possible without community. Today, I'm going to come from a little bit different perspective. Many of my fellow speakers know the story behind my freedom journey, my warrior journey. And I'm in a little bit of a new journey now. And we alluded that to the beginning of our day today. So while I'm going to share with you my journey and why I know there's a warrior and a Wonder Woman inside of you, just like me, I also want you to know that the freedom to express, to tell your story, to level up, to impact the world in only the way that you can actually begin right here in this community. See, for me, the journey started way back as a kid. I don't know about you, but when you were about 15 or 16, think for just a moment, live audience, put in the comments, what were you thinking about? What was important to you when you were in those high school years? Maybe it was who you're going to go have lunch with, or who was coming to gym class, or band, or drama, or maybe it was the cute guy that you just noticed in the hallway or the last class. I don't know about you, but for me, my reproductive system and decision to be a mom was definitely not on my radar at the time. However, I was sitting in our family's doctor's office, and I heard him look at my mother and say the words, "Well, you're going to have to talk to her about having a hysterectomy." Me? Excuse me, I'm right here. I could not believe my ears. I'm thinking, I have about, I don't know, a couple of years, and I need to get ready for the most important thing of my life, which was the candidate fitness test for the United States Air Force Academy. Yeah, that was most important to me. What do you mean talking about all this medical girl stuff? I was having a hard enough time in my own body at that time. I had not the idea to make a decision about being a mom. So I frankly just stood up and I said, well, I'm right here and you can talk to me. And if you can't help my mom and I figure it out, then you need to find someone who can. Haven't changed much, have I? Maybe just a little more eloquent, maybe just have a little more fun. I let my hair down a little more often. Not that I have that much left. The key here was I was about to embark on a journey that I had no idea what was coming. I wasn't even sure that I needed to be curious or concerned. I had one goal. I was simply focused on being part of the first generation of women to be part of the graduating classes of the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Anything that was getting in that way, I simply just had to get out of the way. Fast forward, I was able to accomplish that dream. And in that came the fact that I was a commissioned medical officer, getting to go to medical school and practice trauma emergency medicine while training for the Olympics as a rugby player and an Olympic weightlifter. Until the day when things got a little different. Congratulations, Mom. You're expecting. Seriously? I thought my OBGYN was joking. See, I had gone in to see her for some crazy, crazy things that were going on with my body. And I recognized them back from that 15-year-old girl. That was not the answer I was expecting. Well, after about a picture-perfect delivery and pregnancy, see, I was 6.5 months along when I found out because my body was operating totally normally as a woman. You know what I mean? Month to month, friends came, had no idea that I could be expecting. 3.5 hours, that incredible, handsome, beautiful baby boy that is now 32 years young. I heard the words I never wanted to hear. You have undiagnosed, undetected, life-threatening ovarian and cervical cancer. What next? What about my medical career? Oh, what about the Olympics? How am I going to be a parent and practice medicine, be in the military? What next? It was in this season that would last until January 2012. Oh, did I mention this was February of 1996? No, 94. It would last a long time. And it was in that journey that I discovered all of these tools. And in discovering tools and learning how to use them, freedom came. freedom is a core value to me like no other. Not only the uniform I wore, because that's what I was called to do. I love all of you, my fellow humans. Some of us are called to do things so that everyone else can have opportunities. And I believe life works that way still to this day. See, the real freedom came when I understood that I had the power to decide. I was totally in charge of my thoughts, my emotions, the decisions that needed to be made for my health. I was also totally in charge of deciding to persevere or not. Did I really want to participate in living? Or was I comfortable enough to just succumb to what was, what everyone else thought my body might be trying to tell me at the time? But it was this one, the power of muscle building. See, I went back to my gym days. Muscle memory is a real thing. That goes for our heart and our brain too. And it was in that moment I went, oh, I know how to build muscle. I just have to do a little bit consistently every single day. And all of a sudden, after many, 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 many years of health struggle, along with a lot of other things, I felt that freedom burst like a rocket go off. And I went, okay, I chose something totally different, radical, against my career, against wishes of those that I worked for, but it was me. I knew I was in charge. And then I decided each and every day, we're going to get up if God grants us that, and we're going to give our best. We're going to learn something new. We're going to try something new. You see, I say we because it's me and the inside of my body. We work together as a team. And in that strength of relationship, belief, and growing, I learned how important community, not only with self, but community just like we have here in our fabulous speaking, soulful speaker community, here in Shine on Stage with each and every one of you, and the community called the world. Those things together are an unbreakable bond like no other. And being an Olympic athlete, a champion athlete in college and high school, I got to experience really young just how powerful that feeling, that dopamine hit of when a group of humans, they come together, all for a common purpose, yet we're all very different. And we work, and we work, and we work, and we work towards that goal of being the champion of our sport. And when you get there, it's like this euphoria of awesome sauce. We did that. We get to hold up the trophy. We did that. There's freedom in then believing that you can do whatever it is you put your mind to. So today, instead of going down my health and freedom and fun route, I'm inviting each and every one of you to simply decide to book a call with me. And you're going to do that by dropping the word mic, M-I-C, in the comments, and I'll connect with you and we'll have a quick one-on-one fun call for sure. Because I believe that there is a millionaire on the mic inside of you. And maybe now is the time for you to decide to build that muscle, to tell your story to the rest of the world and impact the world in only the way that you can. And so, friends, this concludes day one of our summit. I would love for you in the audience, the live audience, I'll have you come in just a second. But those of you in our online audience, I would love for you to drop in the comments some of the takeaways that you got today from the speakers, your thoughts, your feelings, your ahas. Maybe you have a question. Maybe you can't quite find the link for Lenora or for Erica's free gift because you want those. Make sure to get those gifts, right? I'd love to hear from you. And then here in our live studio audience, I'd like to invite any of our live audience members to just quickly unmute and give us a quick moment of feedback. And then we'll tell all of you where you can find us next, because we have 3 more days of this hot talking going on where you're going to hear some more incredible speakers from our speaking community. Who would like to share?
I would love to go.
Take it away.
Thank you. Shar, I just love what you shared. And what I got was the power of persistence. That's what I got from listening to you, was the power of persistence. Knowing that, yes, we just need to keep taking one next step, and just keep at it. I love that. Love that. And Erica, your SOS, I love that, how strong you are. I love that you are so powerful on this journey that you are on. Sending you my love on that one. Eleonora, oh, I love your shift. I love that, being able to change your thoughts. I love that. That's so powerful to be able to just sit with that and explore that, because I know we all have days when our thoughts are not supporting us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Definitely tune in for Susan's talk, because we call her the good witch. Hint, hint. Dr. Tina.
I just want to congratulate all 3 of you women on proving through your actions, both speaking and what you talked about, that we all have the power to create our own personal reality. And it starts within and spreads without. And we don't do life as a team sport. I think Holly taught me, I forget who actually said that the first time I heard it, but all of you created your reality and gifted the world tools so everyone else can create theirs. And the awareness that we don't have to stay stuck in the reality we think we're living in, because it's just a perception of the reality we think we're living in. And we can think ourselves or feel ourselves or move ourselves and shift. Even if we're screaming for help as SOS, we just need the tools, right? And we create a new reality. And you just beautifully exemplified how it's possible. And if the 3 of you can do it, the whole freaking world can do it.
Amen to that, Dr. T. I agree with you for sure. Yes. We have time for one more live audience share, and then we are going to go ahead and close up our day. Anyone else?
I'd like to share.
Okay.
So, and this actually would apply to everybody's tips, but I got from Erica, like, how often you pulled out the SOS tool again, and then you pull it out again, and you pull it out again. It occurred to me that the quicker we pull out our tool, the faster we stop what otherwise could have been the downward spiral that would take us down, right? And so that's one of the things that I really got. It's like, pull out the tool as soon as you think of it, and that's how you can really get to be thriving. And everybody's tools are tools that totally will help us do that. So this was an amazing first day.
Awesome. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, live audience, for all of your input, your support, all of the fun jazz. And I promised you that we'd let you know how you can find us. So the summit is turned out, it's going to be over 4 days here in July. And it's going to be live streaming just like it is. I know it's showing up as a YouTube link. Just click on that and you'll hear all of us live. You can participate in the chat on the YouTube link as well. And guess what? The replays are going to stay right in Shine On Stage. So if you're seeing this and thinking, oh, I can't make those times, no worries. We gotcha. You can just hit that button, watch the replay, engage. I promise you all the speakers will be coming back to meet with all of you, connect with all of you, and ensure that you have their link for their free gift that they're giving away during their talk here. So our next iteration will be this Thursday, just 3 days from now on July 11th. And it's going to be a little different time. It'll be 10 a.m. Pacific time, West Coast time, United States. That makes it 1 p.m. on the East Coast time. And if you are international, please use the Google time clock and figure that out. I don't want to say something wrong and miss up the time zones, right? On Thursdays will be 10 a.m. Pacific time. And next week, Monday on the 15th and the following Monday on the 22nd, we will be right back here at noon Pacific time, just like today. And it will look the same. We have a great lineup of speakers coming for you from our community. And we look forward to not only each of you speakers, but also all of you from our live studio audience and our online audience, engaging and sharing your feedback. And of course, when you try and apply those tips, make sure you come back to tell the speaker exactly how it worked. So with that, friends, we will see you in our online space with our live studio audience this Thursday, July 11th, beginning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Until then, go out and impact the world in only the way that you can.